try another one.
Okay, let's do another one. All right, I'm gonna take notes again because that worked for me.
Yeah, I should have done that. I didn't do that. Notepad. Look at you with your little stylus pen in your tablet. So professional. I'm gonna do a caveman. I'm gonna get a pen and write on the wall or something.
I'm gonna be honest, it is really hard for me to use this thing. I am like a real notebook person for a long time.
I love writing on paper and stuff, me.
Okay, let's do another one.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay. Can you see the screen? All right.
Yep.
I can see the screen.
Okay.
真正的气球带来了什么？在世界上，让美国人真正的知道，哇塞，共产党完全有能力摧毁美国，而且到美国家里摧毁美国，而且完全不是第一岛链、第二岛链。你不觉得在谈第一岛链、第二岛链已经扯淡了吗？共产党玩了一个是什么？超出链之外的天空之链儿，不是你到我家打我，我有能力反击；也不是你一旦进了我国土，我能把你打回去；也不是说我能到你家门口打你，或者说我也能伤害你，完全错了。共产党这一招简直是人类历史上最牛的，而且七哥喊了这么多年。这个就是告我上你家去打你，我几乎可以没有成本的打你，我人都不用气，我想啥时候打就啥时候打，我想打哪儿就打哪儿。世界上的战争无非是3个吧，第一个，我能到什么地方歼灭你；第二，我去的人我能尽可能的保存实力，活着回来。第三个，前2条达不到的时候，我有供给机制，我继续打你，我继续能保留回来。日本珍珠岛是我去了就不回来了，我就跟你同归于尽了。还有再牛的吗？美国在伊拉克战争打的什么？电子战、通讯战，最重要的是美国改变了世纪。远距离的控制的，然后是供给战，就是后边供给。你看看打萨达姆之前，大量的排兵布阵，整个霍斯姆海峡，整个中东60%的供应链，船货运输全给美军包了。那种战争那是毁灭性的。这回中共厉害了，我人不用去，我在天上。我可以发100万个、1000万个，你打我你死，你不打我你死。那个气球上，第一个我来个电子干扰，第二我给你来点生化武器，第三这球有假球有真球，那你想想你有多少弹能打完呢？他拿3000块钱、5000块钱、1万美金。换你那个40万、100万美金的导弹、战斧导弹，什么眼镜蛇导弹来吧！而且中国不用都在中国放，什么古巴、委内瑞拉、巴哈马，甚至在加拿大某些地方，哗啦哗啦就来了。你能解决得了吗？你看，美国最强大的后勤供给系统。电子战系统、通讯战系统、战斗机系统，一切归零。就是共产党玩这一招，这不叫超限战，也不叫不对称战，这是改变了世界的战争游戏规则。
Well, that was great. There's a couple of things. I definitely have not got a clue what he was talking about.
All right, you're going to go first, right?
But
I'm going to time 3 minutes.
Towards, you're lucky with the timing. You're so anal. Towards the end, I was starting to get what he was saying. And I don't know about you, Pistachio, but I think what he was basically trying to say is, you know, the tactic the CCP are implementing with these balloons, and it's an amazing tactic. It's more economical warfare. you know, we're going to send a load of things over that only costs us $1,000, and it's going to cost you $500,000 to shoot them down. And it's to be honest, it's a really good strategic plan.
Yeah, well, he's emphasizing the economic as well as the other two aspects. So from my understanding, there were three aspects he was talking about: the supply chain mechanism, and then the cost factor, the location, and then I can't read the other scribble I wrote here.
It's hard to write while you're trying to watch, isn't it?
I know, I just
I can't really read what you write. Like what you write is like a Taoist bullshit, like crazy. It's something you cannot understand.
Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. So, but the point is that specifically with the location too, like you cannot hide anymore, right? Like before it was like you were deployed to a location in which the war was happening, but now with this kind of warfare, which he's saying it's not really considered unrestricted, it's not really considered kinetic, it can happen in your own home country, right? Just like swarming you with a bunch of balloons. And and he said that some of them could be fake balloons. Some of them could have biological weapons. Some of them could have EMPs. Some of them could just be balloons, but you'll never know. And then you actually don't even have to use that much economic resource for it, because if you just have 5 that are filled with, you know, a biological weapon and there are 200, you got to shoot them all down because you don't know which ones are which. It negates the whole US system of defense and offense, really.
Well, it's like the US, you know, got some of the best military equipment, one of the biggest armies. They're rendered useless to something of that. You know, it's a very clever thing to do if that is the reason why they're doing it, and I believe it is. You know, the spy aspect is a kind of a lot of bullshit, because we've all got satellites. If I want to look
weather
at
balloon.
if I want to look at a little goat in blooming Saudi Arabia or something like that, I just need to go use a satellite. You know, I don't need a balloon, but that's what they're, you know, everyone got obsessed with spy balloon. I think it's actually more than that, and it's a warfare tactic, and it's very clever. What I didn't understand was what was he going on about with these chains? What are these chains?
That's actually the old or still remain the current strategy of American defense mechanism. I think they're thinking about like Philippines. I think you guys do a pretty good job. I think you got most of it.
Okay, so you're gonna answer some questions.
Apart from the beginning bit, because I've got wow in the world, which was like the first couple of things he said. I don't know what it means by wow in the world.
What is in electronic to electronic?
I think what he's trying to emphasize now, the wow, the Americans got shocked that the CCP actually can come to our home to like destroy us. That was a shock. That goes back to what you asked, because what the military believe, they have this chain, like island chain defense mechanism. This is the first chain of islands, basically used like Philippines, Taiwan, and Japan, or the few islands as like a lie of defense mechanism. Try to like make sure the CCP are not going out of this South China Sea and East China Sea.
To try to contain.
Shrink them, right? Then they have another second chain, is like if this chain guy breach, you know, the same idea, just you know, I think it's the Guam or Hawaiian and all these few things. Like basically there's 3.
So what's the sky chain? The same kind of thing, but just with
like now the CCP basically don't like play your game. They just basically jump into another dimension with the sky thing. Because basically they use balloon. Balloon doesn't care about your island, right? And the balloon is not released from China. Actually, mostly released in Panama and Cuba, even in Canada. It's not something the islands chain is gonna do anything. He's trying to say, like, if you talk about war, mostly is going to have 3 elements you need to consider. One is location, where you have the war, and second is your manpower, how many people, the ratio of like throwing soldiers, how many soldiers gonna die, right? How many people you continue, and third is the supply chain. In my personal understanding, America is like the Roman region, right? The Roman Empire. They are going to build all the things, like all the supply chain, everything secure, like a big giant tank. They're going to roll over and going to crush it. That's the American way to do shit.
I would agree.
how the Roman Empire, even like Chinese, some empire failed to the Mongolian or the barbarian, because he pointed out
cheap.
right now, the whole point is that the cost of war is so low for the like Mongolian. Need to jack shit. Let's go and rob something. If we got something, we win. If we die, few people die, we keep going. Right? Empire need to like mobilize a lot of resources. They were gonna lose. Like Roman Empire happened, China, like the Song Dynasty against Mongolia, and all that happened many times. The people have a very low cost of going to war. We always win because they want it. Like there's no high cost for them. That's why you're shooting down an air balloon with $10,000 with like a 1 million missile.
It's like $400,000 to shoot one of those missiles or something. That's more than a house.
Even $1 million.
And they missed once.
So that's the problem. He's trying to say that no way you can win this war because the cost of this is so cheap for the CCP.
Yeah, so it seems like they're just playing by their own set of rules. You know, if America are playing by the way they're doing their wars, like it's in this kind of confined, you know, with their parameters. Well, the CCP just don't give a shit about what you're doing. They're just going to go over what you're doing, and you know, like they sending loads of balloons over. Who needs loads of billions of pounds worth of tanks and cruise missiles and all this shit? You just need some helium and a few balloons that are filled with whatever they want to fill them with. You know, the idea of filling them with like things that could interfere with electronics as well. That's so simple. You know, putting an EMP inside a balloon, and a plane goes to take it down, and then it malfunctions. And what's that cost? Fraction of the cost of not only the pilot and the plane and the missiles and the fuel. Nothing.
Yeah,
they're just not playing by their rules, so you can't really beat them.
And when they come with like big quantities, that is also scary.
Just imagine 500 balloons over your city or your town. What the fuck are you gonna do? And like Pistachio said, only a few of them need to be filled with something bad. Yeah. But you have to shoot them all down.
You got to get rid of all of them. You can't risk it.
So did I help you to understand this one?
Yeah, I think that, I still don't get the electronic thing. I don't know what that means. But I think I want to reiterate one more time what Byron was saying, because this is actually something I realize is a lot of misunderstanding between at least Americans and the CCP warfare tactics. Americans think there should be like rules to war. And technically there are certain rules in formalized war, but the CCP doesn't care about that. And like Byron also said, the numbers thing. It's not about like the quality of your tank. It's like if I can deploy 30,000 plastic pieces and just like bury you in it, that's also just as effective and much cheaper.
It's just like imagine we are in the winter. We all have to burn some fire to go through it, and now you have some fancy gas tank, very pricey. You gotta like keep filling up with a really lot of money. Or me on the other side, I chop wood. I have lots of wood. Let's see who's gonna work out first. When you fight wars, what really makes you win is your will to go on, to win, not losing hope. It's not easy to have that kind of mindset. It needs some crazy strength. That's why I want to do the show in a way that I want to make sure the thing we do is efficient, actually produce something positive. In the same time, it's fun.